Hi guys, I'm here with a very impressive solar outdoor light. It's a 2-pack, it has 5 heads, it has 2 sensors, and these sensors cover a whopping 180 degrees wide angle, and the 5 heads are very flexible, so they can cover an area of up to 270 degrees, almost the full 360 degrees circle. The lights are IP65 waterproof, they have whopping 3000 lumen or 5 watts. The set comes even with a remote control, and we have 3 different options. So we have a permanent illumination, which is really interesting. That's what I usually like, but we have also a PIR sensing mode where it illuminates only when somebody is there. And on top of that, we have also a mixed option, which is using the permanent illumination, but also a stronger light with the PIR sensor. So we have definitely everything what we need, and with Onforu we have a very reliable brand. So I'm going to take it out of the box, show you what you get, install it, and then show you how good this really works. And so here's the box, so let's open it, take it out, see what we get. Comes with this instructions manual. I hope it's focusing nicely so you can read everything if you need that. Here also the specs and some more information here on the back, also installation instructions, but it shouldn't be too difficult to use. Here's some installation material and something here in the description which I really like. 2 things about the battery. First thing, it looks like it's not installed in the solar panel, which usually gets the most heat, and then it could be a problem regarding performance and longevity, but instead the battery is located in the central unit, which is usually nicely protected against the sun and most heat. And the second great thing regarding battery is that they are using a standard 18,650 battery, which is even replaceable. So after many years, when the original battery is fading, then you could even replace it with same type. That's absolutely perfect. And the set comes even with 2 remote controls. This could be very helpful if you want to install this in 2 different locations. So we really get a lot. So let's concentrate on one light. You can see how flexible this is. The whole arm is flexible, but also the single parts, and not only to the side. By the way, you can see, you can really point this pretty much all the way around. I would say we can even cover 360 degrees. But we can not only point it to the back, we can also adjust it vertically up and down. Also this one even individually. So yeah, I think I've never seen so much flexibility from a solar light. Of course, we have a lot of LED lights, 280 in total. Here the 2 sensors. The solar panel is pretty large, looks also very good built, but compared to the huge amount of LEDs, the solar light of course is rather small. I mean, I'm not complaining, you just have to know where you can put it. So you definitely need an area with a lot of sun, especially if you want to use that for constant illumination for the whole night. If you just want to use that with the PIR sensor, then definitely absolutely no problem. By the way, not only the lights are very flexible, but also the solar panel. We can move this around. You could even adjust it to the back, but of course you have to know where you mount this. But if you have a fence and then you could put this on top, then you could even use this to the north. Yeah, definitely most flexible solar light I've ever seen. And so let's turn it on. Here we can push, you can see it turns on, but after that of course it turns off again, because we have some illumination here inside. To test the different modes, you can use the remote control. It comes even with the battery inserted, so we just pull this protection outside. And so through the day, when you have sun, the solar panel is charging the battery automatically, and during the night then the lights are working. So to simulate, I put the solar panel here on the ground, and so let's turn it on with the remote control. And so you can see we have super strong light here for 20 seconds in the mode 1. after the sensors have detected some movement. And then we have the mode 2, where the light is illuminating with 10%, but as soon as somebody is approaching, it will go into the full brightness. So I turn it up, you can see, and now I put my hand in front of it and it gets super bright. But we can also use mode number 3, where we have 30% illumination the whole time. So we have all the functions which we need. By the way, also the mount is very nice, really easy to apply with only just 2 screws, and then we slide it in from the top and have nice hold. So I put the light outside and then let's see how it's performing in real life. And so I've been in the back of the home where I've been installing the light. You can see the light here, it's pretty dark. It's on 10% with the automatic PIR sensor. You can see that light a little bit, but it's not too bright. But the PIR sensor is turned on, so you can see what happens when I'm approaching the light a little bit. In a sudden it makes boom and then illuminates the whole area. Absolutely awesome, like a floodlight. And so I've turned it off totally. You can see there is absolutely nothing to see. And here it is at 10%. You can see it a little bit. Actually, in real life, it's a little bit brighter because I'm using wide angle, and wide angle is not very sensitive. So it's enough to walk here safely in this area. You can see again, I come closer, turns on. Here I've switched to 30%. 30% also really nice, bright, not 100%, but much brighter than 10%. You can see the difference. And here again, the 100% really super bright, like a full-size floodlight. Absolutely perfect. It was a little bit difficult to use the remote control from far away. Maybe it has to do also with the camera also emitting some infrared light. Probably that's the reason here. But other than that, everything has been working really good. And of course, in real life, you don't have to stay 10 yards away from the light to operate with the remote control. You can get closer, of course. This is already very helpful to prevent any direct contact with the light, which can be super helpful, extra safety, especially if you're living in a house or so. You never know what's behind the light, and so with the remote control it's absolutely awesome. And here also some quick information about the battery runtime. So you can see this time lapse here. Of course, I have to admit this light here, which is mounted here, it's a little bit far away, but I hope you can still see that. I stopped this here a little bit so you can see that after sunset. It's on the west side of the home and it's winter, so we get only the bare minimum of sunshine, and there were even some clouds. So I would estimate that the solar panel got only around 1 hour of direct sunlight, which is of course super low. And of course then the result is accordingly. You can see it turned on at around 6 p.m. a little bit before. You can see that before it was turned off, then after that it turned on, and here we are at 6:30, 7 p.m. still going strong. But after that, I would say after about 1.5 hours it turned dim a little bit already, and then around 8 o'clock it was super dim. I mean, of course in real life it's a little bit brighter than what you can see. It's still illuminating with around 10% instead of the 30%. I mean, it's on the always on 30%, but of course when the battery power is low then it is starting to fade. And so I would say we have around 2 hours of real good illumination with 1 hour of sunlight. And so if we project that to a normal average day with around 6 hours of direct sunlight, it would then illuminate for around 12 hours during the night, which is absolutely awesome. This was just the worst situation which you can have. You can see this even on my security cam here. That's the light in this area. And we can see it's in the morning 2 o'clock. So I can move this a little bit further. 3 o'clock. Now 4 a.m. still going strong. 5 o'clock in the morning. By the way, this is just the neighbor's light here in the back. That's the Onforu light here on the fence, nicely illuminating this area. And 6 o'clock, now 7 o'clock a.m., close to sunrise. But now you can see it starts getting more bright from the sun, and the light is still here. So it has been illuminating the whole night. And again, yesterday we had a pretty cloudy day. Even here, maximum maybe 2-3 hours of direct sunlight. But here it's on the 10%, so definitely no problem for full night illumination. But of course you cannot use it in every location. Here I'm close to the neighbor, so I'm a little bit worried about false activations during the night from some animals. We have a lot of animals here outside, and so it could disturb the neighbor. So I didn't want to have it on the 10% with the PIR, but rather with the 30% always on. But for me it makes really good impression. So as long as you have enough sunlight, you have many options. It's a very flexible light. I love the thing, especially the easy mount, high flexibility, super high brightness when you need it, but also an option for longer illumination duration. Absolutely awesome. So for me, one of the best outdoor solar lights I've ever seen. Definitely no question about that. And so if you're interested, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description, so you can check it out and order it right from there if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.